Imagine a world without inherited diseases. Imagine parents choosing their children's traits. This is the promise and peril of designer babies. This emerging technology could reshape humanity. Its implications are profound, touching on ethics, society, and our very future. We stand on the cusp of a genetic revolution. Advances in gene editing, particularly CRISPR, allow precise modifications to DNA. This technology could eradicate diseases. It could also enhance human capabilities. The potential benefits are enormous, but so are the risks. The ethical dilemmas are complex. Should we alter the human germline, passing changes to future generations? Should we risk unintended consequences for the sake of progress? These questions demand careful consideration. We must proceed with caution and wisdom. CRISPR technology has revolutionized gene editing. It acts like molecular scissors, targeting specific DNA sequences. Scientists can now modify genes with unprecedented precision. This breakthrough has opened up a world of possibilities, from treating diseases to enhancing traits. CRISPR works by utilizing a guide RNA molecule. This molecule is designed to match a specific DNA sequence. The guide RNA directs the Cas9 enzyme, the molecular scissors, to the target site. Cas9 then cuts the DNA at the precise location, enabling the insertion or deletion of genetic material. The implications for medicine are profound. CRISPR offers hope for treating genetic diseases like cystic fibrosis and Huntington's disease. By correcting faulty genes, we could alleviate suffering and save lives. The potential extends beyond treating diseases. CRISPR could enhance desirable traits, such as intelligence or athleticism. This raises ethical concerns about creating a genetically stratified society. The most compelling argument for designer babies lies in disease eradication. Imagine a world without cystic fibrosis, Huntington's disease, or sickle cell anemia. CRISPR technology could make this a reality. By correcting faulty genes in embryos, we could prevent these debilitating diseases from being passed down to future generations. The potential benefits are enormous. Millions of people suffer from genetic disorders. These diseases cause pain, disability, and premature death. Gene editing offers a chance to alleviate this suffering and improve human health dramatically. The prospect of eradicating these diseases is a powerful motivator for many scientists and families affected by these conditions. However, ethical concerns remain. Some argue that using CRISPR to edit embryos is playing God. Others worry about the potential for unintended consequences. The debate is complex and requires careful consideration of the scientific, ethical, and societal implications. While disease eradication is a noble goal, the potential for genetic enhancement raises serious concerns. CRISPR could be used to enhance desirable traits, such as intelligence, athleticism, or even physical appearance. This raises the spectre of eugenics, a dark chapter in human history, where forced sterilization and selective breeding were used to improve the human race. The idea of designer babies conjures up images of a dystopian future. In this future, the wealthy could afford to enhance their children, creating a genetically superior class. This could lead to increased social inequality and discrimination. The pursuit of genetic perfection could undermine the very values of diversity and inclusivity that enrich our society. The ethical implications are profound. Should we allow parents to choose their children's traits? What limits should we place on genetic enhancement? These are questions that society must grapple with as we enter this uncharted territory. Section 5. The unforeseen unintended consequences and genetic dominoes. Gene editing is a powerful tool, but it is not without risks. One of the biggest concerns is the potential for unintended consequences. CRISPR could have off-target effects, altering genes other than the intended target. These unintended changes could have unforeseen and potentially harmful consequences for the individual and future generations. The human genome is incredibly complex. Altering one gene can have ripple effects throughout the entire system. We are only beginning to understand the intricacies of gene regulation and interaction. Making changes to the human germline could have unpredictable and irreversible consequences that we may not fully comprehend for generations. The precautionary principle should guide our actions. Before making permanent changes to the human genome, we must proceed with caution and conduct thorough research. The potential risks are too great to ignore. We must ensure that any applications of gene editing are safe and ethically sound. Section 6. Drawing the line. Navigating the ethical minefield. The debate over designer babies is ultimately about where we draw the line on human intervention in nature. Some argue that we should embrace the potential of gene editing to improve human health and well-being. Others believe we should proceed with caution, fearing the unintended consequences and ethical dilemmas. There is no easy answer. The ethical considerations are complex and multifaceted. We must consider the potential benefits and risks, the rights of future generations, and the values that underpin our society. A thoughtful and informed public discourse is essential for navigating this complex terrain. International cooperation is crucial. The ethical challenges posed by gene editing are global in scope. Different cultures and societies may have different perspectives on the acceptability of designer babies. A global consensus is needed to establish ethical guidelines and regulations for this powerful technology. Section 7. The global stage, diverse perspectives and regulatory challenges. The prospect of designer babies has sparked a global debate. Different countries have taken varying stances on the ethical and legal implications of gene editing. Some, like the United Kingdom, have allowed limited research on gene editing in embryos for therapeutic purposes. Others, like China, have faced international condemnation for allegedly using CRISPR to edit the genes of human embryos implanted for pregnancy. The lack of international consensus on gene editing highlights the need for global dialogue and cooperation. The ethical challenges posed by this technology are too significant for any one nation to address alone. A coordinated global response is needed to establish ethical guidelines, safety protocols, and regulatory frameworks for the responsible development and use of gene editing. The global community must work together to ensure that gene editing is used responsibly and ethically. This includes engaging in open and transparent discussions, sharing scientific knowledge and resources, and developing international agreements that address the ethical, social, and legal implications of this transformative technology. Section 8. Our collective responsibility. The future of humanity is at stake. The decisions we make today about gene editing will have far-reaching consequences for generations to come. We must approach this debate with a sense of responsibility, humility, and respect for the diversity of human life. We must engage in a thoughtful and informed public discourse. We must consider the ethical implications, the potential benefits and risks, and the long-term consequences of our actions. We must ensure that gene editing is used responsibly and ethically for the benefit of all humankind. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today. Let us choose wisely, with compassion and foresight, as we navigate this uncharted territory. The decisions we make will determine the course of human evolution for generations to come. Section 9. A future shaped by choices. The journey into the world of designer babies is fraught with ethical dilemmas and unknown consequences. It is a journey we must undertake with caution, wisdom, and a deep sense of responsibility for the future of our species. The decisions we make today will reverberate through generations, shaping the very fabric of humanity. As we stand on the precipice of this genetic revolution, we must remember that technology is a tool. It can be used for good or for ill. It is up to us as a global society to decide how we will wield this powerful tool. We must engage in open and honest dialogue, weigh the potential benefits against the risks, and establish ethical guidelines that reflect our shared values. The future is not predetermined. It is a canvas upon which we as a species can paint our hopes, our dreams, and our values. Let us choose wisely, with courage and compassion, as we embark on this journey into the uncharted territory of human genetic engineering. The fate of humanity, in all its diversity and wonder, lies in our hands.